But the first photo is a good one. There's another photo after this one, taken 2 seconds after this photo was taken. So, if you guess this one, anybody guess that?
Oh, mate.
I've nicked that one and all, obviously. Right, if you remember the last Zoom we had, 2 Zooms before, I think Colin was having, well, the reception for his Wi-Fi was crap. Now I've got Virgin, never had a problem with it.
No.
Up until a couple of months ago, and our Ben was here, and like he uses his phone in his bedroom, meaning it's Wi-Fi, and I use it in the bedroom, i.e. for these Zooms, our bedroom. And the reception was crap, so he bought one of these, which plugs in the top of the stairs, which basically boosts the signal from downstairs up to here. Now, this was supposed to be on for my last Zoom. If you remember, half of it, we got halfway through, and then I just lost everything.
Yeah.
Completed everything, and this bloody thing, for some reason, it just switched itself off.
Oh no.
God knows why.
Is that supplied by Virgin, Mick, or did
It was off the internet.
All right.
I think about 20 quid.
Was it a router booster?
One of the things that plays mine up, right, is when somebody uses the microwave oven, and that makes it all go buffering. You know, if I'm watching like the footy on the telly, and they turn the microwave on, you can guarantee straight away it pulls the signal. So I must be on the same sort of wave band as what the microwave oven is. Your wife ain't sort of cooked something downstairs on the microwave when you've been upstairs using it.
Yeah.
You know, whether that plays you up. But like I say, it plays up in our house. I was just sort of saying that really more than anything else.
Just give it granted, if you've got on Virgin, where we got the washing downstairs, I just took it for granted it worked in every bloody room of the house.
Did do.
Crap, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people that ain't even got it in to start off with like their reception, so lucky there's so many roads. Right, so even having them, well, it proved with me, you still can't really do it. Right, Colin sent me this photo on the last one, because I said this one cropped up on mine. It's a fairy lily, and I didn't know what it was. I never put it in. It was a self-setter.
Lovely.
I'm sure I got one of them, and he sent me this photo. So that's one of his, and there's the same one of mine, top of the
Oh,
right.
beautiful.
Also called Schizo Stylus, Mick, or the cat beer lily.
Oh,
You can get them in that shade of pale pink, like a scarlety colour, and you can get a white one as well.
yeah.
That self-set mine has. I can't remember planting it at all.
Mine has got to as well. I mean, this one today, it's looking like that now, with all the snow and frost we've had.
Yeah.
It's still looking as good as new. Although they've got to be hardy to come out now, ain't they?
Yeah.
Any road up. Colin, you've got some cues on tonight. That's outside Colin's house. The Amazon kid.
Look at all that compost.
I put this on a for a while back. I don't think it was on my Zooms though. But that's a close-up of a worm. One of my babbies. Luckily they're not that size. Right, Manhunt. I missed this because when it was on, it was clashing with something else. So we got it on catch up. Love him, brilliant actor. But it was a good program as well, like True Stories. But that was a good one. And Doc Martin, he's back next March for his last series.
He's 60 today, believe it or not.
Yeah.
On the news earlier on, it's his birthday.
Oh, good man. But he's great in Doc Martin. The kids used to call me Doc Martin at school. The gardening club was I used to cuss them. Right, greenhouse. This is greenhouse cleaning. Luckily, I did this beginning of last week before we start getting the frost. Luckily, I got it all out the road. So this is inside, done the outside, cleaned that off with Jay's fluid. Now I've cleaned that lot from that side, as you can see. So next lot is getting the top out, which is up here, and just about make that out into the greenhouse. I'll scrub them off with Jay's fluid later on, but all I'm using here is a cloth, wall cloth with Jay's fluid. I'm just wiping everything down inside, which I've done there. I've done that end pane, so you can see that's clear, cleaning that one. So I'm going all the way along. Once I've done that, then these lot will come back in. These have been scrubbed away and dried off and brought back in again. Capillary matting goes on top of there. That's still decent enough. I think I've had 5 years out of that now. Once it does get rubbish, then I'll just replace it.
We'll buy a new one tonight.
Okay.
I reckon. Oh, good.
Can everybody mute, please? Forgot about that earlier on. Right, that side was done, completely done. So now all the crap that was on that side has now been moved over. So now I've got to do the right hand side. So exactly the same again. Capillary matting comes off there. There's no capillary matting on the bottom, just all my boards are covered in plastic so they don't rot. So the staging is taken off as well. This is nice and solid, secure. The angle iron, that's been there for moons, and it'll open and stay there for moons and all. So there's the board outside. The plastic that was on it deteriorated, so I've ripped that off to replace that later on. Right, getting back in there after I've scrubbed everything. So that capillary matting comes off, and now I've got a new bit of plastic. What I used to do was use drawing pins and just cut that to size and then press it. You can see the old drawing pins in there. But the woods are hard, or I'm getting weak, so now I've just used a staple gun to bung that in. So that's replenished that. Spirit level is on all of them except these two on the bottom, so don't worry about when the runoff is there. But for the runoff with these, I want it on a corner as it is in this one. Just make out that little gap there, so it is all running slightly this way, so the runoff is down this end, exactly the same on every other corner as well. And for levelling up, I usually put white labels on, which we might get a better view later on. So that one's nice done as well. All the glass has been cleaned. Now it's that end I've got to take all the stuff out and bring them up here, which I've done there. So this is my last bit to clean. Capillary matting is all collected up, and these are taken down the side of the garden and just shook to get rid of all the bits down there. As you can see there, that looks a bit off cue, but it is near enough level. Well, it's just tilting this way slightly, so the runoff is down there. But that lot of scrubbed both sides, this side and the other side, with a small hand brush, and left to dry naturally. These lot are swept off with a soft hand brush. That'll probably be renewed next year, but I'm going to get another year out of it. And then they're walloped in Jay's fluid. Now years ago, Jay's fluid, if you bung it in there, it turns the way nice and milky colour. But because Jay's fluid is now weaker than what it used to be, even with a good swizzle round, till I got the strength what it was, so I just put a bit extra in. I'll give these a nice swill or a wash. I know I've always got a kettle in the greenhouse as well, So I'll do that a couple of times, make sure they are nice and clean. That's swilling the J's fluid off the matting after I've cleaned them. Then my washing is put out to dry. So these lot are put back in nice and level-ish. So I'm going to run off there, this end and that corner there. So that lot is put back in. That's the greenhouse done. Go back on him. That chap there, Bougainvillea, because he's still got a bit of colour in him. I'm going to move him to the bathroom, toilet downstairs. Just give us while he has got a bit of colour. Just to help us out there. There's a hound. Right, my mate, Gareth Hopcroft, works for Eco Thrive, because I use his bits, in fact. Because the charge, these got the samples of charging, beetle lung, and I'll click them to flog for my talks, because he lets me have them checked. But that's him on his website. He does his own teas. He does quite a few things, and he does his cocoa mixes. I think he wants me to try one of them for next year, but we'll see how they go. If you remember, just have a nose on his website. He go through, see what he does. But them are the sample charge bags what I get, and I flog them £1 each on me talks. Just bring me something extra in. Probably making about 20 pence a bag. Right, I'm making myself a tea bag. This is one that Jeffrey sent me moons ago. I think it was for me wine as well. But he sent me a couple, but them ideal for making a tea bag for me water butt. So I've got me alpaca and llama muck. That's a chicken muck, yes it is, chicken muck, and that's goat muck shredded. So these lot will be going in my bag. With the alpaca and llama muck, I'm just opening them up because there are little maggots in them. If I do see them, I'll take them out, put them on the wall and smash them with my thumbnail, just in case. Some of them I'm also putting in, I had some biochar from Rolling, and I thought I'll put a bit of that in as well. When I took the lid off, this little chap had started growing, whatever seedling it was. So a couple of spoonfuls went in that as well. Rock dust, bung that in. Worm casts, can't go wrong with them, so I bunged them as well. Tighten them up, and that now is going to go in there on the line, so he does float. And she's straight away putting him in. Obviously this is rainwater, or if I filled it with tap water and the lid's left off for 48 hours, but that bruise coming out straight away. Superb. So I've tied him onto there, so he's about 2/3 way down the bin. So he'll be my feed when I start off next year, or in fact 2 weeks time, 10 days time or something. Drop a liquid fish hydrolysate, that's gone in as well. That'll be the lot in there. Right, my raised beds down the bottom on the patio. We've got this little chap in there. Now I want to move oil up as I can, because on the afternoon the sun is over this end and it shines down here. So the further I can nick up or get up back to the garden here, the better. So what I'm going to do is job him out. He's something in the pot. So I'll get my spade underneath and I'll just lift him. Once he is lifted slightly, I can lift him straight out. He's cleared out the top of the garden, so that is now going to get filled in. I mean, all I'm nicking is that bit there. It's only about 4 inches, but it is better than nothing. So I've got to cement that top again. I've still got these out from when I was taking the stuff out from the end of the tunnel to get one of my grapevines in. Thought that'll come in for summer, and it ain't. So I bunged it in there, smacked that down with a lump hammer, so that's nice and solid. And I'm not using so much cement. Put my boards in to get it nice and level. But I thought that one I'm going to leave in anyway, because the level of the soil here is higher than what that is. And obviously I want this level to keep him levelish, so I'm leaving that one in. So I'm going to wallop him with as we've done there. That's nice and dry, cleared up, then bung it back in. So these can be moved up. I can get down there easily. That's probably about 10 inches. So I'll get down there to do both ends of them two. These are for a bit for me gladdies. So when the sun does come out up on the afternoon, because it's around the back of the house, these four will have sunlight on the afternoon, which is what I want. And then the stuff down the back probably be for veg, because they ain't going to get much sunlight. I do get sunlight in between the two houses on the morning, about an hour and a half, as the sun's doing across. And obviously in the summer months itself, when it's higher up, then they get even more. But everything likes sunlight. They were growing daylight, but sunlight is better. But we're getting there slowly. Some of these might even go on the lawn once I've done me raised beds with my railway sleepers. I'm looking at a pallet of them. I think it's 450 quid, pallet of 20. And they're brand new, so they got nice square edges on them. But early days, we'll come to that later on. Well, this is one of my smallest raised bed, top of the garden. This was top dressed a couple of months ago. He's just starting to dry out now. I did get the fork under there and just lifted, and the chap had got quite a few worms in for some reason. Bloody photo they come out. Right, John Murphy. Here's a chap from Taunton. He's a good lad. He sent me this. This come in the post. Now, hopefully, John will get his stuff together, i.e. get the internet sorted out, ready for next year, because he's got a wealth of knowledge, golden knowledge, and he wants to pass his stuff on. I want to learn from him as everybody else. And he put this on, be kind to this parcel, please. And the post office did, for a change. Compost King, Mr. McCartney. I'm going there anyway. So 2 tubs, which obviously they ain't going to get smacked, dented or nothing. And the stuff he sent me was in these 2 here. Opening up. I've got a grapevine, goji berry, and josta berry. Perfect. And these 3 are all latents as well. Late fruiting, which is what I want. So josta berry, nice big tub. And there's my grapevine. That'll do end of the tunnel later on. With that one, if I go back there, all I want is just one lead off. And he had snapped there. So I'm going to take him off. I.e. there we go, see. Plus he ain't doing sod all, don't need him, so I'm going to take him off as well. So now I've just got one stem. That's enough cutback for me. Right, sterilising a large pot. That's the way I sterilise them. Boiling water, just go all the way around. That cleans it good enough for me. Holes in the bottom, the larger the pot, the larger holes you can have. So obviously I'll put pebbles, anything I can get hold of, and bung them in. Bottom bead, rabbit muck, then I'll put me other muck in fills with that. Anything I do plant out, especially fruit trees, anything like that, a good dollop of muck on the bottom and around the base, around the bottom itself, and then get him upright, same level as when he has been growing. Then I put my compost in as well. Might have a mixture with worm cast, need extra, but he's nice and upright, firmed in. Then he has a good watering, and there's rabbit muck being top dressed on top of him as well. Goji berry, decent size up pot. Because they got large holes underneath, I've just used paper. Because I don't know, bloody pebbles big enough. Good dollop of muck under him. This is well rotted. And then my own garden compost as well, upright, same place level he was growing before. He's had a good watering as well. Don't forget this lot was before we had the frost. I think our first frost was Wednesday, Thursday night. Good one. Right, there's my old grapevine, first one I put in a couple of weeks ago. Obviously he was straight in the centre of the tunnel growing up, so I didn't know John was going to send me one. So this grapevine now is going in there. Nice bit of root on it. I've just cut the bottom 6 inches off of that, and obviously a bigger hole than what the original was, nice and deep as well, because I want to spread all them roots out. So I've got all the crap out. This is where I was getting them pebbles from, saving them pebbles. I'm going to get my fuss lot on. So I'm bunging him, just getting the same depth of what has been taken up. I put a good drop of goat muck in the bottom of him. I've cut through the netting and just about make it out there, where I've cut through where he's going to go through. Outside going under, as he is there, so he's gone in. I've got him to the level where I want him, spread all the roots out. More muck around him, that's my own compost. Then I put more muck on top of that, a few worm casts. A good soaking. This is with a tepid water, not cold. If it ain't tepid enough, then I'll use rainwater with a bit of water out of the kettle. Let that soak through, then I'm going to give him a good top dressing with rabbit muck. This will protect the chap as well. And then on the top of that, he gets wood chip. Right, that's the chap done from outside. So now I've got 2 grapes going in, both growing outside, going inside. That's that lot done. So see me washing on the line. Right, this is looking from the other end of the tunnel in it. So there was my first line, which is going down with his climbing up. There's my second one that's come through. So that line now has got to leg it over here. And that one has got to go up there. So eventually there'll be a run from there all the way across the top, and from there all the way across this side. So that one as well will climb up that line. Once them 2 have reached the top of that, then I'll put the wires across the top. So now I can get them 2 in. So I've got 2 grapevines to pick from, which is even better for me. So them wires will come across here. Luckily, friends made contacts and lost on our plot. He works with wire, so he can sort me out with them. He sorted quite a few people out with this system, the tunnels, especially for this with the grapes, because the grapes take a bit of weight, and it's no good having a bit of string. It'll won't really last long. So I shall job him later on. More spent coffee grounds from Tesco. That's drying out in the sun. I'm rubbing them out by hand. If you can dry them out, it will last for yonks, or longer than if it is moist and you keep it in the garage or something. It might start going off after 4 or 5 days, because obviously it's moist. Right, this was Tuesday, Wednesday, quite a bit still. I mean, this chap started spurting again. That's the good weather we was getting. But a bloody shock now. Lizzie, got your hand up. Unmute yourself, Liz.
Yeah. Is it okay to not okay to have wet tea and coffee then? If
Well,
it goes mouldy.
No, if you're using it straight away. I mean,
No.
if mine has gone mouldy, I'll still rub it out my hand again.
Right, okay.
That gets rid of it.
Yeah.
If it uses straight away, I'll. Well, because I need loads, because I bag it up for me talks as well.
Mm.
So I need loads, so that's the only reason I do dry it out.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd use it straight away.
Right. Thanks. Thank you.
Right, I need some more fruit trees. Who do I use now? CRJ fruit trees. I've had a look at these on the internet, and I've heard of Chris Bowers before, and it's the same people.
Bit worried about them.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about them, Mick.
Oh, yeah.
I stay personally. I'm sorry if anybody else on the online likes the bits, but we have our problems with Chris Bowers. And Frank P. Matthews up in Tenbury Wells, Worcestershire, or R.V. Rogers in Pickering in Yorkshire are better.
What's the name of them?
Rogers at Pickering and Matthews in Tenbury Wells. If I might suggest that, sorry.
Might be alright for somebody else, been late for me, but I've had them. So I sent for meeting this blue tit, obviously dwarf pixie.
It's a good plum.
This is what the chaps come in.
Oh, you done it? Oh, you got it already? Oh, they're all right. Did you get a good tree?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm delighted about that. That's fine.
Yeah. So decent packing, as you can see. This is my top raised bed, top of the garden, waist nice. So that's my workbench. If it's not fiddling down, if it is, then I'll go in the greenhouse. Here's a hound giving an inspection. Right, that's where I want the chap, root wise, height wise.
Not bad tree, Mick. That is a good stem.
Good man. These pots, I wish I'd have had more from Wilco when I was flogging them. They ran out within 10 days, I think, and that was the lot, the whole of Wilco. There was none anywhere else. But they're perfect size, nice and solid, heavy for fruit trees. So exactly the same again. A good drop of muck under them. First of all, a bit of rabbit muck on the bottom, then my muck. It's no good putting him that way because see where the offshoot is. He's got to be straight, not that one. So we were going in that way, putting him off skew. I had a bag of this a couple of years ago, carbon gold tree. This is biochar, rolling mix his own, good lad, good lad. But I still got this, so I threw a dollop of that in as well. Right, there he is in, nice and straight. He's firmed in, and topped up with my compost.
Huh?
You get a cane.
Oh, I've got to do 3 delivers.
A new one just come on, can you mute? Top. Right, more rabbit muck on the top of there. This is just to, obviously, once I do get it down there where it is going to be situated, then I'll give it a good watering, otherwise it'll be too heavy to carry. So I'll carry him down there first, and then get a good soaking. Don't forget, there'll be a bit of protection over winter. Once I've got him down there, then I'll cut these as I've done there. There's only one that had snapped there, so I'll just take him off anyway. And that's where they chopped him, just to get him in there, to package him up. So that's my blue tit dwarf pixie plum, late variety. Then he's opened up with his label on. So all the straw from the packaging, obviously I'm going to keep that lot. because I'll use that for top dressing later on. Right, my compost bin. This, luckily I did this, because since then we've had the frost, and we've had some good ones. So this was probably Tuesday. I want to put my winter coat on my compost bin. So I've still got this roll, well, half a roll, from when I was down on the allotment for covering the raised beds. But it is good now, what I'm going to use it for. The only disadvantage with this, it does fray like hell. So once I have got a good clean or straight cut on it, then I'll get the black tape from Wilco. Right, this is dry. This is the timber side of one of my raised beds. So I'll put that out level. Pull my tape off on that side and then just fold him over that way, as I've done there, and then roll that tape back. That'll stop that lot from fraying, and this is done all the way around. That's what I'll do with all the covers for my raised beds. Nothing mustn't get in them bits. Right, I've covered the chap. So this is his winter coat, and also the dark being the black, which will absorb the sun and the light. So lid wise, because he's not like a weed suppressant, he's got a bit more firmness to him. Obviously I've got my little flap on the front when I need to get in there for more compost. So this lot here, I'll just bend him over the top and he stays there near enough, so I'll get the lid on, which is perfect for me. So there we are, lid's back on. Now I've got to wallop him. So I've got some spare grey undercoat. 24 hours later, I'll wallop in black paint. Perfect. So that was put on ready for frost. Look at that. Put a wood now. Well, a bit of pruning. These two, Josterberry and the Gojiberry. I mean, more grape I've already done. Chopping these back. What would you say, Jerry? Some say chop it right back to the bottom, about 2 inches or something.
I was thinking it's nice to get new wood, Mick. I always think it's not. I don't think it's too bad. It's pretty vigorous.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that looks really fine. Pair of canes you got there, Mick, and 2 and a bit. Yeah, that looks brilliant to me. Some nice buds coming up, aren't they? Really good.
Good man. Paul, got your hand up, mate.
What is it? Is it Loganberry you got?
No, it's a Josterberry.
Josterberry. What is a Josterberry?
Josterberry.
It's actually a cross between a black county blackberry. I need to just double check my intelligence there. It's a Josterberry. It was made famous about 20 years ago. It's very good. It's a big fat. Basically, it's a big fat blackberry.
Yeah.
I'm just checking my own reference.
In between a raspberry and a blackberry.
No, a black county blackberry.
Not be different.
I can remember.
They're quite big fat berries, yeah. And it's there were 2 crosses off that plant. I'm just double checking it. It's a ribes cross. Sorry, I apologise. It's a cross between a black currant and a gooseberry, American black gooseberry.
Yeah.
And they made 2 crosses. The other cross at the same time, you might have heard of, is slightly different. They made a Worcesterberry. There was another cross at the same time of the same programme, but the one known is Josterberry, and as Mick knows, is a big fat, quite sweet, a black currant, isn't it, Mick?
Yeah.
So look forward to some wine then.
This is good for me as well because it's late, meaning for our show.
And equally high, it's good for exhibiting equally high in vitamin C as black currants.
Yeah.
Does it make nice wine?
I have no idea.
We
can get a crop next year off that, Mick.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. They all vigorous are. And this is the other one, the Gojo berry. So I'm going to chop him off as well. Well, I've took them 2 off there, as you can see. But I ain't took him so low. You know, take a couple more inches off there, Jerry. Goji berry.
Yeah, you could do, Mick. Yeah. Straighten the cane. Go down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, not too much. Again, to a nice outward-facing bud if you can. Be brilliant.
Yeah. Boston.
Nicely done. give good feed in the springtime. It'll be away.
Yeah. Right, this was last Saturday down the shed. If we don't get nobody, I still don't sit on my Harris. I'm always doing something. So this was run out of Jay's fluid, or just about to. So the empty bottles which we get off our members when they come to the shed or the general talks, is what we use. So that's just weighing the J's out. So that's filled our liquid acid crop, J's fluid, tomato feed, and our Militox. I think there's 3 bottles of our Militox left, and that's it. Once they've gone, that's gone all together. But we stocked up with that anyway. I'm still waiting for one more delivery from our supplier. Once he's got everything in, then I'll have everything in one go. Obviously, if I have it in different lots when he gets it in, I've got to pay postage, which I don't want to do. Right, nettles are still coming up. This was before the snow, obviously, but it was so this was probably Monday, taking the hound. Fresh nettles coming up, so there's nothing gone to seed. If these are fresh, nice and green, nice dark green, full of nitrogen, perfect for the compost heap, or making a tea bag out. So I jobbed them as well. And that was last weekend as well. England rugby, good lads. Right, Sultana Rum. I haven't done this for a few years. I did this a few years ago, and got best exhibition show, which is good. 1 ounce of old ginger, gallon of warm water, 2 pounds of sultanas, 1 pound of wheat, 4 pounds of sugar, rind, and juice for a lemon. Then you're released. Cover the bruised ginger, chopped sultanas, wheat, lemon, rind, juice, water, and the sugar, and stir in the yeast. This is one of the wines when it stands in the brew bucket for the longest. I've never come across any more. It's usually up to say between a week and 10 days maximum, and you stir daily. With this one, it stands for 24 days in the bucket, and you stir often, which for me is daily. So that's what I've been doing. And that one there, I had 1 teaspoon of rum to one another crap. I'm making a Sultana rum. I'm not adding anything. You don't need it anyway. I'll prove that. That's cheating anyway. Adding some bloody rum. So there's all my ingredients: sultanas, demerara sugar, the wheat, which I got off the internet. Because Tesco has got no ginger, lemon. Still got my meat mincer. Had that bloody moves. But this
Big, man. How old's that? My mum's got one of them. Must be 50-year-old.
I had this down the old house, so that's before we had the kids.
Oh, man.
I had this originally when I did my own beer, but it comes out perfect.
Yeah.
Before now, I've chopped raisins and sultanas up, but it's not the same. If you're pulverise them like that does, same as minced meat in it. That's why you put your meat in to get it minced. But that brings out the strength in the wine.
Mm-mm.
And the rub off the lemon as well. And obviously squeeze that lot, so that lot is ready to go in. Right, this lot needs jobbing. So I'll put it in a cling film, then smack it with the end of that ginger. Now that is classed as bruised.
Yeah, me. I'm bruised now, mate.
The wheat, I'll just get a swill just in case there's any bits of dust on anything like that. Cleaner the better. So that's me ready to go. Everything's weighed up, sorted. The yeast, I just use Wilco's own. I've used them for a few years now and I've had no problem. So my brew bucket, everything goes in that. And the warm water, and then it gives a nice stir. Don't forget you got to dissolve that sugar. So I'm stirring for a while, but you can tell when it has stirred because there's no scraping. It's like grit on the bottom. Once you got rid of that, then you know it's all dissolved. Then you put your yeast in, and I always stir that as well. There's some wines now that tell you just to sprinkle the yeast on the top and leave it. But I've learned, give it a stir, don't make no odds. You just open it out. So the lid of me brew bucket as well, exactly the same. Sterilise it, just put hot water on the top on it. Right, this is in the airing cupboard. Mrs. keeps this side in the bedroom. The thing is with these, if you're brewing anything there, might not be so much with beer, I can't remember, but it is with wine. When you put a lid, when it says you put a lid on it, you've got to leave a bit of ventilation there for air to get in. If you cover that completely, that's going to start going off, obviously, because you need oxygen to get in there. And that is stirred daily. We'll come back onto that later on. Right, these chaps, because I know they forecast frost, I'm going to put a nice lid on, i.e. a bit of rabbit muck, and I'm going to cover them. There's a bit of black tape under there, so that doesn't start flapping over. This is just an extra bit of protection. Right, that's after 2 days, so as you can see, it started fermenting already. Because you got a good brew under there. The wheat, there's quite a few wines I make with wheat. That's a good kick. Plus sultanas, raisins, that's your best kick. And obviously demerara sugar. That's another good one as well. Andy, got your hand up, mate? Andy, right.
Can you go back to the last slide, please, Mick?
Yes.
Oh, no, the one before that. That's it. If you look at the third one from the left,
yeah,
is that a sucker below the graft?
Yeah.
That one's cutting off then.
I'll job him.
Otherwise, you'll get the rootstock, won't you?
Oh. I'll job him all.
I've got a cat in the middle in front of me. I can't see that. Yeah.
If you go to the one before that one, you'll see it even clearer, Mick. No, the slide before. Have a look at the photo before.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's below the graft, isn't it? So you're going to get the sucker. You know, you're going to get the graft and not the fruit that you want.
Yeah. Well spotted, sir. Thank you, Andy. I'll job him tomorrow. Right, it is piddling down. I'm still doing something in the house. So these are all the tea bags I've dried. I've got them out the garage. So I'm just emptying the tea out. Good activator, natural product, good for the compost heap or top dressing. Raised bed or anything. Same as a spent coffee grounds. This is me, what's the chap called again? It's
Epiastrum. Amaryllis.
I'm shit on it. But it was Lidl a couple of weeks ago. He started to open up. Right, another delivery. This is a Bethpaya Dwarf Quincy. Another late Leighton, which is good for me in the sense for showing. Don't forget I need a good fruit display. Right, I think I've got 2 of these containers left. So exactly the same again. Bit of a rabbit muck under him. Then a good dollop of muck. And he had probably 3 good dollops of muck in. And this one was Brewer's Ops, and that had got a bit of moisture in it. This had been on top of one of the raised beds, and the worms in there, the bloody hordes on it. Just shows you natural product. When they start breaking down, a bit of moisture, a bit of warmth, and the worms will get going. Right, nice solid cane in him, just to keep him upright. obviously the cane's gone right down to the bottom of the pot. Then he's put into the level where he was before, nice and upright. They start backfilling. This is my own compost mixture. He's had muck around him, and he's been taken down to where he's going to live for a bit. And then I will top dress him with my rabbit muck and give him a good soaking. Then I'm going to cover him again, as I've done there. 10 pegs I couldn't get from anywhere, so I had to get them off eBay. But I've found a place now down Cradley, or hardware shop on the corner. He's got bloody everything. In fact, I've got to get some more pegs off him. But that's just an extra bit of protection, looking after the chap. And the tyres have cut off, so he's opened up nice as well. Put a little label on him, so I know what the chap is. And that was 2 more days from stirring. Obviously that's just before I have stirred him. But he's brewing away beautifully after 24 days. Right, this has started opening up, so I'm going to move in from, this is the living room, he's going to go into the kitchen, so I can get a bit more light and we can see him even better. So this is what I've got growing in the living room now. That's me chili pepper, which I'm bonsaied him, but he's gone too high. I should have chopped his head off before, so he'd come out from the side, so I've got a bit of a right job that next year. Peace lily, these needs loads of weight, well I tell you. Once they want to drink they start drooping, but he gets fed as a houseplant more than anything in the house now. That's the little alcove where we used to have our telly before we went to Posh. There's a big telly up here, but there's still loads growing in there and all. And there's a little chap in the kitchen. These two have opened up now. We've got another shoot coming out there, so he's doing well. Oh, not another one, Gordon Bennett. This is my Christmas box, these lot. Green sleeves, apple tree. This is a new early desert apple. It was Peter introduced to exclusive last a few years. But he's picking and eating late August, early September. Perfect for me. The show. Of course I'm going to bloody hate them. Exactly the same again, loads of muck. Open the chap up. Nice cane, nice solid straight cane. Sort through them, you don't bloody bent and all that old. So he's a newish cane anyway. Then I put the tree in and backfill with all the good brews. Exactly the same again, he's taken round to the back of the house. Obviously this wall is going to give him protection from the frost. Good bit of rabbit muck on top on him, then he'll have a good way to him. Then he'll settle in, and then he will be covered. Then the tyres have undone, and let them open up. This is a hound, fell asleep on my laptop while I was doing all my photos, the whole lot tonight. And because we've had some good frost, the last 2 I potted up, I'll just put a bit of extra protection around the bottom of them. Right, mate Dave from up at Chesterfield, he sent me some bulbils from his onions. He sent these over 2 weeks ago. They were stuck in the post because he hadn't put enough postage on. And I had a card come through, obviously from the post office. So, you know, I got a letter. I pay the extra postage. They'll send it to me. And it was 10 days before they sent me a bloody card. Asshole. But I've got them. Because he sent me another lot. When he says, have you received them yet? I says no. So I sent another lot. So now I got 2 lots. Cheers, Dave, man. And this was a shock. Well, it weren't a shock. I don't think it was good. I knew he was going to get a bit, but not this much. And this was Saturday morning. The hound bloody loves it. I know. We've had her a year now. When we had her as a puppy last year, we had a little flurry of snow. And, but this lot loves it because they can dig in the snow. Well, it digs the bloody Lord anyway. Keeps her happy. Disadvantage with snow, the weight of it on all the plants. Don't forget I've got loads still in flower, still growing up here, and the other side. All my Alstrom areas. Obviously they were still doing well. But having said that, this morning, the other side, in fact, I could have took another photo. Then they've started standing back up again because the snow has gone off them. Unless we get another dollop tonight, don't know. And, that was England, wenches. They won and all. Well done, gals. And just to wish everybody a happy Christmas. And that's it, guys and gals. Oh, it's past an hour.
Mick.
Thanks, Mick.
Thank
Well,
you.
Mick, nice surprise.
Yeah. it was.
Hope you've all enjoyed it.
Yeah. Excellent.
As always.
I miss doing them, tell you the truth. When I missed this, I was bored as hell, getting
You missed us, really. You just missed us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could he not?
Scotty boy.
Hey, how you doing, Paul?
You tried them chilies, yeah?
I'm too scared to. Have you tried the white nugget?
No, they're in the cupboard. I'm drying them off for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For next
Are they,
year.
are they lagers you drink or all bitters?
No,
No
that's
chilies.
that's the cider one now.
Oh, ciders, because my husband's looking for some good bitters.
Doombar.
Yeah, he didn't like that one.
Oh, no.
Shops.
That was like an amber one, wasn't it?
Shops. Made in Cornwall. That's nice.
Not made in Cornwall anymore. It's made up in Burton-on-Trent. It was nice when it was made in Cornwall.
It says
Anyway, that's
Cornwall
another
on the
matter
bottle.
for you.
Or Brains. Brains is
Yeah,
nice
it's
one.
Brains is
Friends
nice.
is good.
Timothy Taylor, landlord, is good.
There's an Adnams one that he likes.
Yeah, well, I'm just drinking one. It's Adam's Broadside and Adam's Ghost Shepherd, both very nice.
I think it's one of them, yeah.
Williams brothers in Scotland do some lovely ales, and the mail order is brilliant. If you order on say,
Amazon.
Sunday night,
On Amazon, you get the free delivery.
I will deliver on Tuesday.
Yeah, what's the name of it, Colin?
Williams brothers,
I'll write that down.
and they do some beautiful ales. And
Oh,
amongst which is one I can remember, one called Freyok. I think it's a spruce style. And they really are nice.
Don't forget, Colin, we're normal gardeners. You haven't got shares in Amazon.
No.
I'm surprised I haven't, the amount I've spent with them.
And Mick, I've got to go now for a bit, so can I? Are you going to be meeting next week?
No, the next one I'm thinking of is 9th of Jan.
Which is what you said a couple of weeks ago, of course.
No.
It's lovely seeing you all tonight, but I have to go and do something now because this was an unexpected bonus. So you be good, everybody. Take care.
Good
We'll have a good Christmas and see you
Yeah.
in 2022. Oh,
Yeah, see you next year.
take care, all. Bye.
You
Bye.
can
Bye.
do a Christmas special, Mick.
Yeah.
A Christmas special.
Try and do one every 3 weeks until January. That'll keep us moving.
Could have a carol concert.
Oh no!
Okay.
Holly on the guitar.
Oh, we've got a few musicians here.
Scott can play the bass.
Yeah.
Scott can play the bass.
I was due to go over to the open mic tonight, and I've just learned most inappropriate song for an 81-year-old. It's Rod Stewart's latest.
The
Anybody who call one more time, it's brilliant.
Anybody's got to have a disco.
Oh,
Disco diva.
Yeah, that was yeah, it was a good night. The wife enjoyed it. That's the main thing. I had to dance. I wasn't happy about that.
That's like to see there.
Yeah, I'm off, I think. See you all. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, Lizzie, have a nice
Yeah.
Christmas.
Bye.
Have a good Christmas.
Yeah, and you.
I've got to shoot as well. All right. See you. Have a good Christmas,
Cheers,
everybody.
Scott.
Yeah,
Cheers, Scott.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody. Have a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
Christmas.
Cheers. Right, we'll call it a night then.
See you all then.
Look after
Yeah,
yourselves,
mate.
Truce.
Hi,
Have a
Bye.
good Christmas.
Yeah.
See you all.
See you later.
Bye now.
There are.